Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and having a great weekend. So I'm gonna try to, going forward, try to keep like any analysis kind of look shorter, just because I guess people aren't interested. So unfortunately, it's not gonna look as pretty as like the old dashboards. But I think this might be faster just for myself and hopefully for viewers as well. So this way, like if I show like all the YieldMax ETFs, maybe like 3 at a time. Maybe this will be a little bit more efficient. So for example, right now we see like AIYY, AMDY, and AMZY on the screen right now. So this way you can see like the dollar change and then also the percentage change. So like AIYY went up like a whopping 7 cents, and then AMDY went up more interesting dollar and two, and then AMZY unfortunately fell down like 47 cents. And then you can kind of see like by the breakdown between like the cash options and the treasury positions to see what actually moved. So yeah, why was interesting is that it most of the move is due to like the option positions, and then for AMDY it's like the $1.40 is due to like an increase in cash, and then for AMZY, even though like the treasury position increased, like the cash and the options like kind of offset it. So it's interesting to see like each one has like its own character. So let me scroll down to like the next batch. So like APLY, CONY, and DISO. So APLY right here, nothing too interesting. And then CONY dropped a little bit. Disney basically flat. So hopefully I'm giving you guys enough time to kind of just like look at the ones that you're interested in, and then maybe chat some notes if you're interested. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep scrolling through, just to make things a little bit more efficient. So the next three, Phoebe, GOOY, and JPMO. So Phoebe had a bit of a slip up. Same thing with GOOY. I've noticed like for this past week, on Thursday, like most of the big cap tech names took a bit of a punch in the gut, but then everybody else, thankfully, had a bit of an increase. So it's a good thing for like in terms of like rotation to see like some of the, well, basically anything besides the Magnificent Seven get some time in the sun. So like especially for example like JPMO, since it's a rather large bank, it's gonna have earnings soon, and then in a way, it's good to have like to see like banks performing well, because that probably means liquidity is still decent, and that means our most of our option positions will have like enough liquidity kind of trade back and forth. So generally speaking, I would say that's probably a good thing. So let's go into like the next batch. So MRNY, MSFO, and NFLY. So Netflix. So Moderni, yeah, okay, so not too bad. 62-cent increase. MSFO had almost like the exact opposite decrease, and then NFLY also unfortunately also had a bit of a decrease. And you kind of see like again, you can see each one had different reasons for going up or down, and especially for MRNY, like it was pretty dramatic, like $5.87 change. So let's go into the next batch. So NVDA, as always, is just kind of like the king of the mountain so far. Unfortunately, OARK, well, even OARK had a little bit of a increase too, so it's good to see it rather go up rather than going down. So PP also getting a little bit of love too. So 24-cent increase. So let's go on to the next set. Let's move on to SNOY, TSLY, and SHOMO. So SNOY, also it's nice to see this one go up 51 cents. TSLY, while I'm a little surprised that it dipped down a little bit for this week, but I would say in general, underlying Tesla has been, I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. It was almost doubled from like from the bottom of like around like a 140-ish. So I think it got as high as like around like 270-ish. So I mean that went on a tear. So managing like the option positions on here probably was not fun. But anyway, at least it's kind of hope for people in TSLY to see like Tesla go up, and they're gonna have earnings soon, so look out for that. And then SHOMO, okay, so like it's more modest, like 7% increase there. So let's see like the next set. So we have like MSTY, ULTY, and YBIT. So MSTY, so they had they announced like a 10-for-1 stock split. So this is excellent for both MSTY and then like MSTR shareholders. I'm really well. I don't want to get too excited because I haven't cashed out yet, but things are looking good for this one. So MSTY is up a whopping like $2.47 in terms of just look at the shares. I'm glad to see also OT kind of slowly but surely improving, but I don't want to jinx anything. YBIT, well, there was like the German government supposedly was dumping a lot of like Bitcoin, so I was actually kind of surprised to see YBIT improve as well. So it looks like the selling pressure starting to slow down. Then you kind of see like a big $3.80 decrease in cash for this one. So let's move on to CRSH and GDXY and SNOY. So well, crash is kind of like basically the inverse of TSLY. So unfortunately, it's in general, the share price obviously took a bit of a hit just because like Tesla is doing very well lately. But even though I'm still surprised to see CRSH improve slightly in the share price, and then GDXY again, gold in general has been doing fairly well. It's probably pricing in potential rate cuts soon. So it's good to see this one also bump up a little bit. And then SNOY. Well, unfortunately, I think Snowflake, they had like some issue with a recent hack. So I think like in general, this might have been what caused the small decrease, but it's still like holding up relatively well, like close to its like $20 price, initial price. So let's move on to like the next and last batch. So you got the Airbnb guy, so ABNY, and then you have like the inverse of Coinbase, so Fiat. So ABNY, you had well, unfortunately, it went down a little bit, but it's still holding up close to $20 initial price. And then well, Fiat is relatively new, so it's holding up above 20, so that could be a good thing. But well, it depends. Like if you like Coinbase, then you probably don't want this one to do well. But if you're buying this for a hedge, then well, I guess that's fine too. So this is why you see like the divide by 0. So next week we'll see this part populate. So thank you for watching. I hope the new format isn't too bad for you guys. Please like and subscribe, and hope people make some good money out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.